This humbled father with a troubled past stumbled, yet stood honest before the court, leading the judge to balance discipline with compassion.
All right, why are you not following through with ignition interlock?
There's really no good excuse. There have been a few automotive issues, but it's, just not doing it. I don't have a good excuse. There's been a few times I forgot. I haven't been home, but nothing that's excusable.
All right, do you want to go to prison?
No, man. I have a 17-year-old who depends on me, and I'm doing really well.
You're acting as though you want to go to prison because you don't have any good excuse for not abiding by these conditions. And this has been going on since 2024.
Again, no good excuse, but I definitely don't want to go to prison.
But you're behaving as though you do, because we've been here before with this and we're still dealing with the same thing.
You will never see me again. I guarantee that.
I think that's what you said the last time. My mind is a steel trap. All right, this is what the court is going to do. And there's going to be 3 days in the Bexar County Jail. Good morning. Good morning. So what are you here for?
It's an NPR. He turned himself in today on the warrant, but we've actually resolved. We have a recommendation for the court.
All right, so y'all ready to proceed on it?
Yes.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 8045, State of Texas versus Brian Christopher White. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Brian Christopher White.
Andrew Harris Edelman.
For the defense?
Tilden Schaefer for Mr. White.
You know, you're Brian Christopher White.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brian Christopher White who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8045 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on November 7, 2022 for a term of 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
The state would like to orally amend violation of condition number 15 to read ignition interlock rather than hand device.
We have no objection on that.
All right.
On or about the 15th day of December 2024 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Brian Christopher White, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the ignition interlock device, in that the defendant failed to provide daily samples in violation of condition number 15.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
State waives the remaining violation allegations, Judge.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 15, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 15? Court would find violation of condition number 15 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
So, Judge, continued supervision and medical conditions to include SRAM and monthly home visits.
All right, so any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brian Christopher White.
All right, why are you not following through with ignition interlock?
There's really no good excuse. There have been a few automotive issues, but it's, just not doing it. I don't have a good excuse. There's been a few times I forgot. I haven't been home, but nothing that's excusable.
All right, do you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am. I have a 17-year-old who depends on me, and I'm doing really well. I actually divorced because of her substance abuse, and I've been doing really well.
Well, you're acting as though you want to go to prison because you don't have any good excuse for not abiding by these conditions. And this has been going on since 2024.
Yeah, there's no good excuse. I mean, my first probation officer, I didn't ask, and she didn't say about how many times I had to blow. And the last time I had an ignition interlock, I didn't have a set amount. But you did tell me when you extended it for 6 months that I had to do it 3 times a day. And
Yeah.
and when it got cold, I had battery issues. I had to have it rewired. And there's again no good excuse, but I definitely don't want to go to prison.
But you're behaving as though you do, because we've been here before with this and we're still dealing with the same thing.
You will never see me again. I guarantee that.
I think that's what you said the last time. My mind is a steel trap.
This is my first.
This is first MTR in the court. He
No,
had some supplementals.
Yes, and I do compliance hearings
Yes.
and I tell
Yes,
people to
Your
get their life in order. All right, this is what the court is going to do and state your excuse. The court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions for a 6 months extension. And there's going to be 3 days in the Bexar County Jail starting today. All right.
I think where I can help someone to take care of my son.
Okay.
Is a 6-month extension on the probation supervision or on?
Yes, on the probation supervision.
Okay.
And then 3 days in the Bexar County Jail starting today.
Is there any way he could like turn himself in at 5 o'clock or?
So who's with your son now?
He's at school.
And who lives in the house with you? And where are your parents?
I work.
All right. So are you able to call them to let them know?
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow him to make a phone call to them and let them know to pick him up.
Okay. Can he call his work as well? Because he doesn't want to lose his job.
Sure. Deputy Mejia?
Yes, Judge.
He'll need to call, he's gonna go into custody today, but he'll need to call his work and his parents.
Yes, Judge.
So I'll be up by Friday, so I won't have to miss work next week.
No, you have 3 days. And counsel, you can come back and check in with the court on day 3 to make sure that he's been released.
Yes.
Including today is part of the 3 days. No.
You're going in today, but this is not a full day. And the reason why I say that is because the jail is probably not going to count this as a full day. So you'll be out on day 3, but not at the beginning of day 3. So for example, usually they release people at midnight. Because of when I'm placing this order in the time it is, they're not going to release you at midnight. They'll probably put it in like 3 to 4 more hours, but you'll be released on day 3, but not in the morning at 12 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
So sometime Friday, I think is what she's telling.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Judge.
Do I make the phone call with him or?
Just speak to the deputies and the deputies will let you know.
So he had the warrant on this MTR, so I'm assuming they'll withdraw that warrant.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Recall the one.
Yes. But he's going to be in jail as conditioned.
Oh.
3 days. Yes.
Thank you.
Just have a seat, sir.
This defendant walked into a home from her past, triggering a legal reckoning in the present.
All right. Why did you go into a place that was not yours? A residence that's not your residence?
Honestly, I used to live there and I thought the same people lived there and I still had the key, but I guess the people moved out of the second apartment and the key still worked and that's how I entered that place.
Did you have permission to be there?
No, ma'am.
And reading the police reports, there's something else going on than just that you went into a house because you used to live there and you always thought that you could come there at any time to live there. There's something else going on. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on in regards to that. And part of my job as a judge is to make sure that the community is protected.
So then I can't see my kids.
And a part of that community, sometimes people don't believe it, but part of that community is children. And sometimes it's your own biological children. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what the court is going to do. 5 years deferred adjudication.